Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we do. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Cashflow Money Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another real estate video. Today's video is being brought to you by me, Chris. What up? What up? And we got David and Sheena. What's going on? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. We are talking about real estate, talking about business, talking about getting the funds up so the fund can go up, right? So that's what we do here each and every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We do this accountability. We do some training. We try to help you understand some of the things that may not be necessarily clear up front, because there's definitely a lot of things and a lot of gotchas in real estate, in business, and in life. So let's see here. What's going on, Sheena? Can you hear me?
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. How you doing? I had on green yesterday. I'm supposed to wear it today. We would have matched.
Oh, yes.
I'm a day late and $1 short. How you been doing?
I'm doing great. A lot has changed on my end. So I got married. It's my husband.
Oh, congratulations. Hey,
Thank
David.
you.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We just got married, last year? So y'all 1 year behind us now, huh?
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's good. Congratulations.
Thank
good
you.
To see good, healthy homes, happy relationships, because that helps us in our business as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Have you been working on anything in real estate recently, or?
Not at all. We just been talking about it. I said, you know what? Let's hop on this training and meeting, start networking and getting back into it. So, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's the name of the game. We all do a little dip and fall off and come back. That's why we try to do this each and every week. where it's an accountability to remind you, life gonna pull us every which way, but we still got to come on back and make that pay, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. So when you first got into real estate, what were you hoping to do?
Oh, uh, buy my time back, get out of the rigmarole of my everyday 8 to 5, So freeing up my time, buying back my time. That's it. And travel and help others too.
I know that's right, because freedom ain't free.
Absolutely.
All right. And so were you looking to do buying houses or wholesaling, or what was your strategy you were aiming at?
I'm just revamping now. Now that's out the window. This is new beginning. So I'm all fresh and new with new ideas with my husband. So we're just kind of putting our heads together, see what we want to, which direction we would like to go with it.
For sure. Well, they changing the wholesale law here in Missouri in about a month, or this month, that is, at the end of this month. Did you hear about that?
No, I saw little droppings of it. So yeah, but I've heard about it, but don't know the details.
They always doing something, ain't they? Got to mess up a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're making it where you have to do a separate disclosure and give a potential seller a 14-day notice before you put them under contract.
Okay.
And on that notice, you have to disclose that we are going to be selling, or we may be assigning this for profit. You need to go get an attorney. We're telling them all this stuff in this disclosure. You may be selling your property for less than market value. Basically, all this stuff to try to scare them to say, oh, no, I don't want to do this.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so they want you to do that 14 days in advance of even putting them under contract. What do you think about that?
It creates fear, an obstacle. So there has to be a solution, though. To everything, there's a solution.
For sure. That's the name of the game. That's what happens in business. They throw lemons at us. We make lemonade, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the new law that takes effect. Let's see, August 28th. So we got about a few more weeks. If you plan on wholesaling in Missouri, that's only for wholesaling, not for buying or any of this other stuff. They just want to get these wholesalers slowed down a little bit.
Right.
So yeah. And so were you planning on trying to buy houses, or you don't really know which way you want to go with that?
Well, we were thinking about Super 8, like Section 8, like going into cash flow, creative financing that way, and then maybe Section 8.
Okay, well, that's definitely a strategy because the government pay most of the time. So, I mean, I guess once you get them in there and stabilize, they're going to collect that payment every month. So, Section 8. So you want to be more of a hands-off, like set it and forget it type investor.
Absolutely, name the game for me.
You don't want to be a landlord and go out?
I definitely don't want to do that. We think about pad split. Those are things that came up today. Section 8, pad split, something that, get in there and pay for itself. And yeah.
For sure. How you plan on dealing with management? Are you going to self-manage, or are you going to hire a manager?
I will always delegate.
So you're just going to hire a manager?
Yeah. If we go that route, it would be delegation. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's the thing with that. And so, there's nothing wrong with any of the strategies. All of the strategies work. It's just good to know the pluses and the minuses on whatever strategy you choose. If you are planning on going this Section 8 route, hiring a manager might be best because, you're responsible for the house still. Every little leaky faucet, every little thing that comes up, somebody got to pay for it and coordinate all of that. So, but then that's cutting into your profit as well. So you got to have a really good deal to make sure it makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's been the most profitable for you? Like, what's your go-to?
What's been more profitable for me? Let's see. So I like to buy houses creatively without using my own credit, without many times using my own cash, and structuring deals, taking over payments, or structuring what they call seller financing. That's how I like to acquire property. My favorite exit strategy is really two main exit strategies that I do like. One is the rent to own type exit strategy, where we do a lease with an option to buy, and we're passing on 100% of responsibility of the maintenance and repairs to that tenant buyer during the term. So we remove the element of needing property management. We still have to collect the payment and make a payment if there's underlying debt, but we remove the element of paying for repairs, update, things like that. We pass on 100% of that to the end tenant buyer. And my second favorite exit strategy is furnished rentals. I love furnished rentals because the cash flow is ridiculous. I mean, we have a house over here in Maryland Heights right now. The payment's $800 a month, but somebody's in there paying $4,000 a month on a furnished rental. So the cash flow is like, you can't do that on a single family house. Sure you can. And I'm thinking some of the numbers are crazy on pad split and things like that, as you brought up. And pad split is a little bit different because, they're renting rooms out. I'm just renting the whole house because, even with that so-called pad split thing, somebody still got to manage it and be there and with all of that. So I don't really want to get too deep into management that deep. I'd rather just collect the check and go on about my way and be truly passive. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
So do any one of those sound like something interesting to you?
It does. It really do.
Which one you think you would lean toward most?
Probably the first one because I would think about getting the furniture and getting that all set up. So the first one was the complete rental lease to own would probably sound more easier to start that and then venture off into the other one where you're buying furniture and furnishing it.
Yeah, because the only thing with that is you're getting a bigger cash flow with the furnished rental, but you still are responsible for the house just like you would be. But if you're making $2,500 a month and something break $500, it's like, oh, well, I'm making $2,500 a month. I think I can fix something, right?
Right.
Because it's not about just, managing the fixing. You got to pay for the fixing, and these houses always got something going on. It's always, maintenance, utilities, stuff always going on with these properties. And it never really stops. It's the kid that never grows up to go to college. So somebody got to deal with it. And so why do you say the furniture is going to cost a lot? Or that's what you think it is? Or what's your
I just think that's just adding to the overhead for now. Like something I don't have to think about right now. Why not just go straight into it? Why think about the furniture now? But eventually that will be the next route to go.
Okay. Now, what do you think it would cost to furnish a 3-bedroom house? Just a guess.
Depends on your taste of quality of furniture.
You would put very expensive furniture on a rental property?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing with that. And so, I mean, you can really furnish a house for like maybe $2,000 to $3,000, to be honest with you. So there's not a lot of money in real estate. We spend that on floors, you know what I mean? Or countertops and all this other stuff. So it sounds big because when I first heard it too, people were like, oh, it's $20,000 to furnish a house. I'm like, $20,000? What the heck are you buying? I'm not buying brand new stuff from, Macy's or Bob's Furniture or none of these places. There's literally estate sales and all types of places, Facebook Marketplace, where you can actually put together a whole house fairly, not too expensively. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then it's just taking the time to do that. Then it's like the time to put into furnishing it. So buy the house first. Let's go ahead and get them in there and rent to own, and then let's go venture off to the furniture. But that's a great idea. That's great though. I feel finding furnished homes. People don't have the time or money just to do that, so they want the easy way out and just rent and already have a furnished house. Why not?
So I want to make sure you understand. So when these furnished rentals are out, we're not dealing with regular people. We're dealing with usually, you heard about the traveling nurses, stuff like that. That's cute. But the real money is the insurance claims. Insurance claims, they pay top dollar on time.
Oh, yeah.
So, those insurance claims, and I'm talking about people that are displaced for fire,
Yeah.
floods, tornadoes,
yeah.
whatever came up in the world, and they need a place now because a lot of them are in hotels paying $3,500 a month.
That's true.
So they're like, if I can get your house for $4,000, $4,500 a month, they rather have a house because they don't want to really be in a hotel dealing with all that. So that's our value add to the marketplace. So it's not necessarily traditional regular people we're dealing with. We're dealing with usually a third party that's paying for it. So you see what I'm saying? It's a little different.
That's even better. Music to my ears.
For sure. Because, a lot of people hear furnished rental and they think we're just dealing with regular people on the street. Like, no, we're dealing with corporate leases or people that are, displaced, like I say, for the insurance claims. And you can get those people all over the place. I found them from Zillow listings. I found them from a site called Furnished Finder. You heard of that one before?
I've been on there, yeah. When I did an Airbnb, so I had a nurse, yeah, in my
And
Airbnb.
and we get them from Airbnb. And so we put the
Mhm.
calendar out 30 days or 60 days where you have to do a minimum of 30 days on
Yeah,
Airbnb because I want to get somebody in there more long term because I don't want to have to keep, turning the property.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but it's, highly profitable. And it kind of amazes me still to this day. Like, wow, people are willing to pay this much. And so I'm like, I don't even know what's the most they're willing to pay. I
Hmm.
got one in Florissant, a lady's paying $42.50 a month. And I said, good night. And I didn't even have to furnish that. They let me find out I didn't even have to furnish it for the insurance claim to pay for it. Can you believe that?
Wow.
That was a
That-
shocker. That was the first time I experienced that. And I was like, man, I
That's
got to furnish
good.
this house. And they were like, no, we'll take it as is. I said, okay, sign here and here. And they sent that money over and they were in the house. And they've been there for the last, 7 months now. And they just asked for an additional 3 months. So they said they're going to come out in October.
Gotcha. Do you do you have to evacuate before they leave, like a 60-day notice, 30-day before they leave?
Yeah, 30-day notice. Yep,
Okay.
exactly. So yeah, I want them to stay forever. I hope they never move out.
Yeah, give you time to turn it over.
Because the payment on that house is like what, 1,800. So that house is cash flowing something ridiculous. So it's like, and they pay all utilities, like I say. Same thing. I always put my utilities on the people that's living there because I don't want to be paying those bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only tricky part with that here in St. Louis is those sewer liens, sewer bills. Well, you get a sewer lien for not paying the sewer bill, because that's attached to every house owner, not necessarily in the name of the tenant or the person living in the property. So that's kind of where that goes. What's going on, Big Justin? Eating chips? You try to match David over here. Y'all didn't tell me to wear black shirts today.
We rocking and rolling.
Faux show. So yeah, this are you going to be doing some furnished rentals at all, Justin, coming up, or are you going to stick with the rent to own tenant buyers?
That's a good question. I'm definitely looking to do something to increase cash flow and everything since I'm taking down so many doors now. So yeah, I think I will be looking to try to make a pivot to that type of area and everything. So I got a property I'm working on now, and then I heard one of the other investors, he does good in the Normandy district with some with one of his furnished rentals and stuff, Airbnb models. So that may be something I explore within the next 20 days or so.
Oh wow, that's pretty soon. So you already got a house under contract that may be a good candidate for that.
I am a contract.
Lock him up. So you are the contract. Any good deals you're working on this week, Justin? Any good leads that you've been speaking to?
Yeah, so I sold a house for the first time twice this
What?
week, so that's always fun.
What you mean
I had a
twice?
person I had a person who went into the property. They didn't like it. They asked me if I had any other options, so I put them in another property, and then I just sold that same property for the second time.
Wow. So did you get
Yep.
more or less from the second tenant buyer that you installed into the property?
I actually got more on the second tenant.
Oh no. That's a slam
Yep.
dunk then. So is it
More
more down and more
down
per month?
payment, less monthly.
Oh, more down payment, less monthly.
Yep.
Okay.
I had with the first person, I had about $1,000 in cash flow with that first original proposition.
So how did you find this second tenant buyer to move into this house on a rent to own?
Just Facebook marketing.
So they came to you and said, I need a house. I got some money. What you got for me, honey?
Exactly.
So
Right now,
when
I'm
you,
averaging about 150 calls every 7 days.
I believe you. So when these people call you, what are they usually saying on the phone that's kind of like repetitive? Like you tired of hearing the same old story from them?
I got $1,000.
They got $1,000 want to move in your house.
I got $1,000 and I'm ready to move today.
How do you get off the phone with them nicely without like hanging up on them hard?
That's a great question. And people who have listened to my calls have been like, how do you do that? You just bring them to realistic expectation. Hey, we usually look for about 10% on these type of properties, these type of situations and stuff. You know, so having $1,000, you know, I don't have any $10,000 houses out there, but if you're able to raise a little bit more, we'd definitely love to qualify you and get you into one of these properties.
Now, here's a trick question for you, Justin. Really not a trick question. Why won't you put somebody in a house for $1,000?
Because they will become problematic.
Why do you say that?
Because it will cost more to evict them than it would to actually place them inside the property.
For sure. They give you $1,000. They get in there and tear your house up. Your attorney's fees to get them out, 2,500 or something ridiculous. And now you looking sad.
Man. Yeah, we want to be in the green and not in the black.
That's for sure. So you get a lot of people that call you. They all say they got a small amount of money down. You're turning them away. Tell them they need to raise more money. Is that right?
Yep.
And so, I mean, have you come across people that say they got a large amount of money? Like, hey, I got 50,000 down. What you got for me?
Yeah, it can be a combination. So once you find a needle in the haystack, a lot of times it's trying to navigate them into something they actually like and stuff. So I find that people who have a lot of money, they typically want something they're very particular because they have a lot of money. And then people who got like maybe some type of settlement or have saved up a certain amount and stuff like that, they're usually a lot less picky and stuff. Then you start maybe getting into objections as far as school districts and stuff like that. So it just depends on the person. That's why I try to keep a lot of properties to dispo.
Makes perfect sense. And so these people that are coming to you, they want to move in. How are you breaking down what your rent to own program is? How does yours work?
Okay, so they call me, hey, what we do is a rent to own program. The way it works is it's not based off a background check or credit check. The only requirement is a down payment. We're usually looking for about 10% of the purchase price down. Anything less than that is a case by case basis and may result in higher monthly payments. Now, this program is specifically for those who are interested in becoming homeowners. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Look at
Yes,
him. He
of
done
course
made
you're
a
gonna say
script out of that. Look at Justin.
yes.
So,
Yep. So that's
and
how I
then
go.
when they respond to that, yes, I want to be a homeowner, but I got $1,000.
Okay, great. What's the most you could raise towards the down payment?
Probably 1,000 or 1,500.
Okay, well, that sounds like more of a rental deposit. This is a lease purchase with the option to buy. Is that the most you could put together as far as a down payment?
I could probably raise some more here in about 3 months. Can I get this
Okay.
house in 3 months?
No problem at all. We always have properties coming in every single week. We got properties all over. When you get a little bit closer to that time, feel free to give us a call. We'd love to put you in one of our properties, okay?
Dang. And you whack them. You get rid of them. Do any of those people ever come back and say, hey, I do got a little more money. What you got?
You know what? I actually had a cousin who I had hit with, and she came with about 7 grand a little bit later, maybe like 45 days later, and
Hmm.
I still fortunately was just for in the house that she was looking for. So,
Wow.
yep,
And so she's happy to move on in.
yep, she's been happy ever since. She just gave me a shout out on social media.
That's what I'm talking about. So when it comes to these tenant buyers, what's one of the most common objections they're raising? You said school district, but I mean they know that when they see the house. What are they really saying to like be like, nah, I don't know if I want to do this, or how are they backing out if they want to back out?
That's a great question. So usually people are if they have money. If they don't have money, that's the objection. So it's really getting them to articulate that number out of their mouth because they want to hear you say a number. So one of the things that I do, I tell them when they just refuse to say a number is usually because they are broke, respectfully. But if they refuse to say a number, I would say, okay, great. Well, look, I have this property out in Florissant. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. It is 220,000. 10% of that is 22 grand. How close to that number can you get?
So everything you do is off a good question at the end and letting them respond.
Exactly.
So you don't have to do too much thinking. You don't have to do too much so-called negotiations. You're asking them what they can do and letting them tell you what they can and try to work with that. What does that sound like, Sheena? Does that sound good? Does that sound like something simple or what?
Simple. No, I don't think anything just that simple. No.
What part of it do you think will be a problem?
Just having to negotiate with them, that back and forth with the with them. So yeah.
Great. So when it comes to that, we're not necessarily negotiating. We put out a property when we market a house. Say we got a house under contract or we already got a house. We're marketing. Only thing we put out is the house and the price. We never say how much down. We never say how much per month. We ask them what they can do. So we tailor the program to them. Now, if they're talking crazy, like Justin just said, $1,000, we can almost hang up the phones. We're not putting nobody in the house for $1,000 or $500. I used to hear people say $500. I be want to hang up on them immediately. Oh, my phone died. That's what we want to do with them. But then you got other people that are like, they do have some money. And so all they got to do at that point is like the house. Once they like the house, my next step is I send them the application for the house. On that application, they fill it all out and it asks them how much they can put down. Again, they write it in there now or type it in there now, and how much they can pay per month. What is the most you can afford a month? And we look at their income because they're going to put that on that application as well. If everything lines up and makes sense, we send them back three options. So out of those three, they're going to pick 1, 2, or 3 most of the time. And basically it's scaled. So the more they put down, that lower that monthly payment could possibly be. So it's not even really a negotiation if you see how we structure it to make it easier on us. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What about time consuming, maybe?
What do you mean?
Time consuming, handling the clients. I just don't want that part of the business, having to negotiate, doing the paperwork, that part. So maybe that's what I mean.
Sound like you need to hire.
Yeah, that part. I was like,
It's 10 minutes.
No, you don't gotta hire for real. You can just you could just send them to a phone number. They go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, we don't take these calls. They go to voicemail. Like he get 150 calls. Who want to talk to all those people?
You don't want to. When you said 150, I'm like, that's too many people I'm talking to. I'm in sales, so I talk to people all day. So last thing I want to do is be talking to people when I get off work,
For sure.
So just finding a system to jump into, I guess, without having to deal with the back and forth. But cut to the chase. Cut to the chase and people who are serious, who has the money and just, and have someone who able to do that for me, that part of the business.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff, is that Troy doing that, Justin? Is that my phone? Doing that? What is that fuzzy noise? Oh, that's Justin. I muted him and it went away. Magic. So like I said, we sending these numbers. We have a number dedicated to just rent to own tenant buyers. You go straight to voicemail. And on that voicemail, we're basically saying what he just said a second ago. A down payment is required. I even tell them again, we don't accept Section 8, even though you probably want to do that. I don't accept Section 8 because I don't even want to get that in their system because we're giving them a house as is. And Section 8, you got to qualify the house and all of that. And I don't want to do all of that. So I try to get rid of all of that, mitigate all those things so that basically all they have to do is like a house, have a down payment. Once they like it, we send them an application. Then after they fill out the application, they get 3 options back. We give them the options. They pick which option they want, get them a closing date, and they get the house. We close with the real estate attorney and the deal's done. The paperwork and stuff is kind of I don't want to say self-filled. It's fill in the blank. So it's not like a lot of work. We're talking 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not, once you got a real person, weeding out all the junk people, that's going to probably be the hardest thing. But I try to weed them out right from the voicemail. If you don't have any money down, get off the phone now.
Right.
Basically in so many words. So, that's who we're really targeting per se. And so we even get people like, oh, I got some money. I got it. I'm good. I ain't worried about the down payment. And I have to ask them again. So what do you think you could raise to put towards a down payment if you found a house you like?
Okay.
Because they like to play these games and go back and forth. Let me see.
How many of these do you think you do a week?
How many what?
Rent to own?
It depends on if we have houses. I mean, we always have houses, but the thing is, they go to voicemail. We listen to their voicemail, and it tells us most time if they even talking about something or what they got going. So it's not a lot per week per se. I would,
Mm,
because a lot of people weed themselves out, and it's a quick
yeah.
phone call. What do you got to put towards a down payment? I got $300. All right, we're probably not the people you're looking for. Have a nice day, or whatever. If they can't raise any more, that's really as quick as it is once you take time. So we got say today, right? Maybe 50 people called. I mean, probably 150. Probably 25 people called me. Just the phone ring more than mine. 25
Mhm.
people called me for real in real life today. Maybe about half of them leave a voicemail. We go back to the voicemails at our leisure and just call them back.
Yeah.
But you can have somebody do that if you want. But can I give you another hack though, Sheena?
Yeah. Go right ahead.
My AI do all of that screening for me. So it already tell me everything. It does all the voice talking, it does all that for me so that she'll screen the person for me and say how much they got down and all of that.
Okay.
So that
That
we
makes sense.
hiring another person.
Yeah. Forget about AI. Absolutely.
Artificial intelligence, baby, it solves the day.
It really does.
Yes, right. That's right. So, I mean, it's not, I mean, it can be some stuff to do, just like anything. I'm not going to say it's all just peaches and cream, but if somebody come drop you $20,000, I think I can find 20 minutes to go work on it, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so there we go. It ain't no big deal.
That's the way you buy back your time for sure.
For sure. We only got so many hours we can operate in a day. What, 16 hours, give or take?
Yeah.
We can do stuff. So, out of those hours, if somebody got some money down, we're going to give them some attention. Now, they ain't got no money, we're going to whack them. They're like, oh, I got 15 grand down. We got 30,000 down. We're going to go find them a house at that point. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're trying to separate the prospect from the suspects. Who the real prospects, who's really talking about doing something, really got what we're looking for. We want to give them the energy and the attention. All those other people, whack them. Whack them quick. Is that what you do, Justin? Do you whack them quick, or do you try to figure out a way to help them?
Yeah, so we on the phone, 2, maybe 3 minutes at the most. If we do talk and they, not trying to, disclose and all of that stuff. So people pretty much disqualify themselves and everything. And then, it's a chess match. So, of course, they try to outwit me, but I'm already, 30 steps ahead of them when they call and they like, oh, well, I got $10,000 right now. Or they be like, I got 10 grand. I'm ready. Okay, great. How soon were you looking to move? In December. Boom, gotcha. You
That's
just
it.
exposed that you really got 10 grand in December. Well, we're not in December yet, ma'am. You need to call me a little bit closer to that time.
For sure.
Right.
Unless you want to break that lease. And so also, Sheena, I try to put systems in place. So like I said, we got that phone number go direct to voicemail. And I even created a landing page. They can even add their name to the email list if they want, or they can view current properties as you see here. These are some of the properties that are available right now. So they can click on any one of these and see the house and see what's going on with it, see pictures, see video walkthrough, whatever is going on with the particular house. So all of the information is here. The price, the down payment, the phone number, all of that stuff, square footage, whatever they need to have is literally on this page. So there's really no excuse.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, this thing didn't even share. My bad. Share this tab instead. So as you see, it shows the pictures of the house, all of that stuff. And they don't have to ask me a bunch of questions. Oh, what's the square footage? What school district? The address? All that junk. They can see it. I put systems in place because I don't want to talk to these people just like you. I definitely don't want to spend a lot of time on somebody, especially when they don't have any money. So we try to put them into this, basically this landing page that I created. So all these different properties they can look at. And I even gave them a frequently asked questions section so they don't have to ask me that. Do you accept Section 8? Number one question. That's what you would ask them, right?
Yeah.
You like Section 8. But I say, no, I don't take it. How much you need for a down payment? Same question they all want to know. What happens with my down payment? 100% goes towards the purchase price. What if I just want to rent the home? These are all common questions they're going to ask. I want to answer everything before I ever get on the phone with them.
Yeah.
So even, I forgot to tell you too, my system, when they call in on that voicemail, even if they don't leave a voicemail, that automatically text them back this landing page automatically just for calling my phone number. So they're going to get this information whether they wanted it or not. So it just slows down the amount of people I need to talk to just to be talking to. What's the main person cannot be approved? Small or no down payment. Real easy. What if I have bad credit? Your job and income is your credit. What if I have an eviction? An eviction may not automatically disqualify you. I might want some more money down because we know they high risk. But hey, if they got 25,000 down, I think we can put them in a house, right?
Yeah.
How much time do I get to qualify? We are flexible. How do I know if this is a scam? Because there's people out here scamming, right?
Mm-hmm.
We close all of our deals through a local real estate attorney. All documents are reviewed carefully to protect you and the deal. How often do you get homes? Just about every week. Are there any fees? Yes. Closing costs with the attorney. How long does your process take? Days. You can be in the house in a few days. What is the condition of the homes? All the homes are transferred in as-is condition. It is important to inspect prior to taking possession. So you see what I'm saying? I answered really everything they're going to ask. And even if they still got questions, what could they ask me that I didn't answer?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I've answered everything. Only thing is this house available? And when can I see it? And how much I got down? So that's really the moral of the story with that. Any questions around any of that? It all makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Pretty straightforward.
So systems is what we got. It's not about trying to find work to do. We're trying to find a system to plug and play people as they come in. Because people are going to come in all the time. Some people are a waste of time. Some people are serious. We're just trying to get them weeded out. What you think about that, Sherelle?
I think that's awesome. I can't wait to have houses on deck like that. Like just my website,
What if I told you that landing page is free? It don't even cost anything.
Really?
It's a landing page on MailChimp.
Oh, okay, yeah. Definitely.
$3.99. Now I did pay for the domain. It's like I don't know, $2 a year or something. So I got a domain that forwards straight to that free landing page. So it's all a system to keep everybody on the straight and narrow, separate from our motivated seller marketing. This is marketing specifically for tenant buyers.
All right, that's right. I can't wait for all of that. Like I'm extremely motivated to do this training so I could be like, I want to be like you.
No, we trying to be like Justin. Justin got 1,000 houses. Justin be locking them up. Clink, clink. He sell houses twice. He'll sell one. He'll put a tenant buyer in one house, wait a week or two, and put another person in the same house and move the other one to another. He do all that kind of stuff.
Problem solver.
All you're looking for is a problem to solve in real estate. So
the bigger the problem, the happier I am.
For sure. Any other questions, comments, concerns in regards to tenant buyers, rent to own, finding tenant buyers, things like that?
Do you get a lot of people that only pay like down payment and then they don't pay anything else?
I had that happen one time. I had a guy put $6,500 down to move into, which house was that? That was not that house. That was way down here. Not that house, not that house, not that house. Dang, is the house even on here anymore? These houses are sold, by the way, at the bottom. I just keep that on there so they can say, wow, look what I missed out on. I don't even see the house he moved into. I must have deleted it. But it was a house that he had. Oh, no, it was right here. This house here. So this particular property ended up, he ended up moving into this house. And then, this thing ain't even showing. I keep doing it. I don't know why this thing keeps switching cameras on me. Share this tab instead. There we go. So this little house here, it's a little 2-bedroom house, nothing special. I did end up furnishing this house because I was going to use it as a furnished rental, but then I ended up finding a tenant buyer. He came and dropped $6,500 down. And then about, I guess, 4 or 5 weeks later, he was like, oh, yeah, I can't afford it. My girlfriend left me. He was trying to afford this house with his girlfriend. She broke up with him for whatever reason, and he knew he couldn't afford it himself. So he ended up moving out. So I had to put another person in a few weeks later. But right now, this is out as a furnished rental, and it's getting, I think, $3,300 a month, something like that, on a little 2-bedroom house. So, which the market rent is only like maybe $1,500 on this little house. You know what I mean? So that's why I like furnished rental. I get way more cash flow just to put in. That stuff in that house didn't even cost me $2,000. You know what I mean?
When you said $300 a month, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? I didn't say 300
Like,
a month.
okay, you said it's getting $300 a month. That's as a rental.
3,300.
Oh, okay.
As a furnished rental, yeah.
Okay.
So I got a guy staying in there. He's staying in there weekly right now. So actually, I think it's more than 3,300. I think it ends up being closer to 3,600, something like that. So he's paying weekly.
And where'd you find him at? Like, where did he come from?
That guy came from Airbnb.com. That's in there right now. But the person that came before that, he saw my signs. So signs is another way to market for these. We have little signs that say rent to own, no banks needed, stuff like that. Let me see if I can show you what my sign looks like. It says, rent to own, no banks needed, stuff like that. So we put these signs up in the neighborhood. We want to put it in the neighborhood because you got to remember, everybody's not on the internet like that. The internet is powerful, yes, but it doesn't get everybody. So that's one of my signs right there. And they got an arrow on both sides. No banks, no credit needed, rent to own house. And they call that phone number, and now they're in our orbit. Once they call that phone number, like I said, they're automatically getting that text message back. They're getting the information on going to the website if you want more information, because we literally answered everything as we just showed you. And so a lot of people just go to the website, see what they need to see, and go away. Or some people are like, hey, I need to call back. I need to talk to somebody. And we get on the phone with them and go through this whole process.
So where's like the insurance companies finding your listings? Where do they go?
Zillow. You can find them on Zillow, Furnish Finder, even Airbnb. I've even gotten some from Airbnb. But like I said, my minimum on there is 30 days if I put it on Airbnb. I don't put them out for a day or 2 or 3 days. I like, monthlies or more. So that just kind of, it won't even show to somebody if they are looking for a month or more. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we market to do those. And there's other ways. So you can actually go list your property on the insurance company sites or those people that are third-party vendors who go find houses for people that have insurance claims. There's a bunch of those as well. So there's plenty of them. But generally, the easy way that don't really cost no money, Zillow. Furnished rental. And they looking at it, you'll see other houses on there like, oh, this house is $2,000 a month. This house is $2,200 a month. Why is this house $4,000 a month? Oh, it's furnished. Boom. So it'll look different when you're looking at the rentals, but you're asking for more because it's fully furnished and it's ready to go. Any other questions around any of that? So yeah, that's all it is. So when we find these particular deals, so when we're looking for properties to buy on terms, either by taking over their payments, buying the house subject to, perfect exit strategy for these properties. Or if we're buying these houses seller finance when they don't have any underlying debt, perfect exit strategy for those type of properties. Or if you're buying cash, you can always buy your house cash, but that's kind of boring to me when there's people that need you to take over their property the easy way. And so, Sherelle, you were out door knocking. Was that the first time you door knocked this week?
Yes, that was, yeah.
So tell us a little bit how your first time door knocking experience worked.
Okay, so, you gave me the game, okay, well, these pre-foreclosures, then they're out there and some people may have not contacted them. They're about to they're about to go to auction like 21 days. And so I went out there because I was unable to get the seller on the phone. Like whoever was the responsible party, I was unable to find out more over the phone. So it was right around the corner for me. I went out there. It was somebody sitting on the porch, and I was asking them, "Oh, do you own this house?" And he was like, "Okay, well, no, it's my girlfriend's house. So it's my girlfriend." And so he called her over, but she was like, "Okay, can you come in? Like, At first I was like, I was just wondering what's going on with this house. It's going to auction in like 21 days, and I just want to know if there's anything I could do to help you out. And she was like, she's like, oh, come on in, yeah, I didn't know it was supposed to be going to auction. I don't know what to do with it. Because my grandmother died, and I don't know, my father, he's not in his right state of mind and things like that. And I don't know if everything, I don't know what's going on with the house. Like, I think Wells Fargo owns it and all of this stuff. And she told me a lot about what was going on. And she was just like real welcoming. And she was like, well, and I was trying to move out, but like that fell through. And we're still looking for an apartment. We just applied for one yesterday. So she was just a motivated seller if she was the responsible party.
Did she look like they were moving though? Was it look like they were trying to move or packing the boxes or any kind of evidence of movement?
Well, it just looked like it was like somebody had been, well, it would look like it was a lot of stuff around.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a lot of moving boxes. It was just like they had been staying in squalor for just, until then. Because one of the boyfriend was in a wheelchair. And she was like, well, this house isn't wheelchair accessible. And, it's not like we just moved in because my grandmother had died.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
they didn't even know there was an auction coming up.
Yeah. So she like, I didn't even know it was an auction coming up.
Wow. They just up in the house living like it's all good. And sooner or later, the sheriff coming to kick them out.
Right. So she was like, she was real sad about the situation and everything. And she was trying to figure out, she like, I don't even want much for this. Like, I would say like, yeah, almost anything for this house. If it was me, but she's like, but my father, I think, like my grandmother said she wouldn't leave it to my father, but then it was a whole thing where I went back and talked to the boyfriend, and he was like telling a whole different story. So yeah.
So lo and behold, the house wasn't really worth going down that rabbit hole.
No, because the boyfriend had admitted that the father had told him that the loan that they got Wells Fargo was $70,000. Well, the house worth $70,000, so.
What would you do with that deal, Justin? If it's worth $70,000 and that's all, the house is owed that much, can you do anything to save that, Justin?
Absolutely.
What would you do?
Get them relocated and rent it out as a rent to own.
What about their arrears that they owe $15,000 in arrears? I made that up, by the way.
Depending on the situation, if it's a deceased owner, if they're alive, or what's the situation, it depends.
Yeah, the owner was deceased, right?
Yeah, the owner was deceased, but I'm saying like they had like a lot of stuff in there. So I was just like, you gonna come at a loss trying to take their property, like trying to accept that on, trying to just. I think that it would be a loss to try to rent it out, because then you have to deal with okay, well, we got all this stuff that we don't know what to do with, and we have to clean it out.
It's called a dumpster. Throw it all away. Nah, that's what Justin would do. He throw it all in the trash.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was just like, whatever, like I just dropped the deal. Like, if anybody pick it up then and do something with it, that'd be a learning experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing about dealing with the foreclosures or pre-foreclosure business. You really never know what you're going to come across, and it's going to stretch you, and you're going to learn other strategies, how to solve problems, how to deal with the bank, how to deal with the sellers, all of these different things. But these are skill sets that are good to learn, because you're going to come across the same problem again 3 weeks from now. That's the only thing with that. And so, depending on their situation, and if they're willing to sign papers and they're willing to move out, we usually can save deals like that. Because depending on what their payment is too, because what's their payment? Maybe $400 or $500 a month. Maybe lower than that. Who knows? So, sometimes we come across these properties with the payment so low. It's like, well, wait a minute. Somebody will pay more than that to be in here, and not necessarily just, trying to rent it. We could just sell it on terms. That's another option as an exit strategy. We're putting it under contract, and we're going to assign that contract to somebody else to deal with all of that. So that's why I always say there's usually, if we get a seller or a fish on the hook, we can come with a solution for their problem, as long as they're willing to do what we tell them to do. So it's but that was kind of skinny either way. If they owe 70 and it's worth 70, and you think the house need work, major work, you think it need major stuff like a roof, or just like cosmetic?
Just cosmetic. It was. She's like, well, it's good. It got good. What's nothing, no holes in the floor, no holes in the wall. She's like, the air's still working and all of that, but it got mold in the basement. It had mold in the basement. She said. And I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't feel like it was no room in that deal for sure, like in general. So I was just like, well.
Okay. So hearing all that, Justin, would you just leave that deal alone?
Imagination.
Oh my God, not Justin with this imagination.
It depends on what
5 minutes later.
It depends on what neighborhood it's in.
Normandy, 63121.
How many bedrooms?
It was. I'm not sure. I mean, it was like 2. What was it? 3 bedrooms.
Let me pull it back up. 63121. Normandy.
And then what happened was she wasn't the woman I talked to. She wasn't the owner. She was the owner's the granddaughter of the original owner. And I think it was only one. The deceased person only had one heir, and that was the son that was unstable who was missing. But she gave me the boyfriend gave me his number and the aunt's number who was involved as well. So, but. Yeah,
that house is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1066 square feet. A little starter home, but it's a brick house.
It was a brick house.
It's a brick house.
I mean, it just depends. I gotta see it with my eyes, to be honest with you. Can something be done to it? Sure, depending on how much the rears are, depending on how much mold in the basement. It just depends.
You can't save this house, Justin. Look at this bricks. Look at them nice bricks.
This in the loop?
This is in Normandy. Bricks.
If you want to go over there, we can go over there tomorrow. Let's do it.
That's you, Sherelle. She said she don't want to go back.
Oh, you talking to me? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be wasting my time. Is what it is. Like, I'll move on to the next deal if there's no room on the deal.
Why do you?
I won't be wasting your time. But yeah. I mean, if you think it's some money here, yes, I will go.
How many? Did you get the mortgage statement?
No.
Are we in contact with the other? Are we in contact with the heirs of the property?
No, I didn't call him. I have his number, and I got the
Is he dead? Are you
dead? The lady is deceased. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a deceased owner. Have we talked to any of the relatives?
Yes, the only heir. I didn't talk to him because I didn't want the deal. So, but I got his number.
They in the house?
Well, he is. Well, he's not in the house. He living with his girlfriend.
Okay, but you haven't talked to him.
No.
Yeah, let's call him up right now.
She said, "Boom." So, and this is the important thing to learn about this. We always trust but verify. It's a lot of hearsay. Oh, I think, Wells Fargo owner. Oh, we always check that stuff because these people, this house, Wells Fargo does not own this house. It wouldn't be in pre-foreclosure if Wells Fargo already owned it. You see what I'm saying? It might be a Wells Fargo loan on it that's about to own it. If somebody don't do something in the next 17 days, Wells Fargo will own it then. But as it sits right now, most people don't know. And that's why it comes to us to be the professionals to understand what to do. So like Justin said, I always try to get the mortgage statement. The mortgage statement going to tell us everything.
I tried to. The boyfriend's like, I don't know where it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's because you talking to the tenants. They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
I just need to know where they about to head to. That's all I care about with the tenants. I need to get to the decision maker.
So why is that so important, Justin, that we have a place for those people to get up out of that house?
Because they're in the way.
What you said, in every way. We could deal with the logistics of the real estate, but we need them out of that property to dispo it. Because if we're going to either do whatever exit strategy we choose to do, or if we're either going to sell it to somebody else, they don't want some squatters or family who just living up in the house. It makes it that much harder to sell. Do you understand that? Does that make sense, Sherelle?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why we just try to figure out where these people are going so that we can actually have a better chance of moving this property along if we're able to get all the other stuff together. But that's usually the hardest part. Where y'all going? Y'all got to move up out of here. You can't stay here. You know, not in those terms, but that's basically our position in the deal.
Yeah.
And so door knocking works. You looked on auction.com, found a pre-foreclosure with an auction coming up in a few weeks. You reached out to them. You tried to reach out to them via the phone, but then ended up finding out that, oh no, we can't get them by phone for some reason. It's not going through. And so you made your way over to it. And this is what I tell people all the time. You live in a neighborhood. It's probably somebody in your zip code going to foreclosure right now. And that's everybody across America. That's not just here in St. Louis or New York or Connecticut or Florida or wherever you're at. It's somebody going through foreclosure right now. Somewhere nearby. It was a dude around the corner from me. I think he lost his house. That house was raggedy. I said, dang, that house messed up on the inside. He had like 6 dogs. And I don't know about this. This is like a short sale. But we'll see what happens. He'd end up losing that house, I think. But he was walking distance. He was like 12 houses away from me. So I walked over there and knocked on the door. And finally got him to respond. So is that the only door you knocked on or tried to reach out to this week, Sherelle?
Well, yeah, but I was planning on doing better next week for sure because, you know, money is right just sitting there.
Okay. So
there is no tomorrow.
Today is tomorrow. So help me out here. What is my first step if I want to go find some pre-foreclosure, Sherelle?
Look at auction.com.
So I pull up this little site right here called auction.com. And then what else I got to do now?
Then you have to go to search and then what zip code, put in zip code.
A zip code, a county, or something?
Our county, yeah, something.
So then what I need to do now? I see these properties. Filters.
And then go select down where it says foreclosure homes.
So I don't want these REO bank owned or these private sellers. I want foreclosure homes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 92 homes in St. Louis County alone, ready to go to auction here. We got several going in the next 3 days.
Right.
And this one right here is the best deal on there, and I don't even know what's going on there. That's a good deal. That's 63146, hot area.
Okay.
See, that's called knowing your market. When you know your market and you get into certain areas, we know this is probably a good deal, but I don't know the situation with them. You got a lot of properties in here. So just looking at this one here, they got a busted up garage. So let's click on that one. That looks suspicious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Share this tab instead. They garage all busted up. That's called wear and tear, right? What happened there? So that's a sign of physical distress. We already know they're in financial distress. That means multiple pain points, right? Then what do we do if we want to reach out to this homeowner?
We'll go to Prop Wire and see.
So get the address here.
Uh-huh.
And go over to like a site called Prop Wire. And that's free, right?
That's free.
Let's see. Share this tab instead. And then pull up the address. Wow. And they only got 8% equity, according to this. They with Guild Mortgage. I got 2 of them I'm working with Guild Mortgage right now. 2 of them I'm getting arrears put on the back of the loan already. So they know me already. So let's see. What else do we? So where do we get the phone number at? Are we just going on here to see who the owner is?
Yes, who the owner is. So we go to True People Search to see see if we can find out a owner number, like the relative's number or whatever.
So we take this person's name, put it in True People Search, and get a phone number and try to reach out. She said, "Do you got to pay for that? You got to pay for what? Everything we talking about right now costs this much time. The thing everybody say they ain't got, that's what it costs, a little bit of time. Some skills, You nowhere to go. You see Sherelle know the steps, unless you cheating. Let me see. You looking on a notebook down there, looking at seeing.
No, I got it, but
I
didn't even look at it. I was just like, okay, well,
you know this stuff already.
yeah.
So you look them up, then get their phone number, and if that don't work, what happens? What do you do next? If the phone numbers don't work,
you might want to go to the house because a lot of people, like you said in St. Louis, is lazy. So go to the house and talk to them and see if you can find out some more information.
So when you knock on the door, what are you going to say to them?
Hey, I see. I see that. Well, I see I see that your cost is going up for auction in 21 days, and I just want to know if I could do something to help.
Oh, okay. And so that's been effective. Well, on that 1-for-1, that was effective.
Well, I did 1-for-1.
So there you go. So the only thing I would change with that script, I wouldn't even tell them those days. Your house is coming up for auction soon. What do you guys plan on doing about the auction? So I would get rid of the amount of days, because now you're making yourself have to work. I don't want you to have to overthink and count days and remember this and remember that. Hey, your house is coming up for auction here soon. What are you guys doing about the auction that's coming up soon? Because now that's piquing their curiosity. What do you mean soon? When is it coming up? Oh, no, I didn't know it was an auction. Oh, yeah, we know about it. Whatever they're going to say, they're going to say. So I try to keep it, even if I know it's 21 days, or those people we just saw a second ago, 3 days. Hey, your auction you got an auction on Wednesday, you about to lose your house. What you doing about it? I don't try to get too specific on stuff. I like to keep it open, generic, and allow them to give me all the information they know so we can know how we're going to handle them versus me trying to give them a bunch of data unnecessarily. Now, if they ask me, when is the auction? You know what? That's a good question. Let me look that up. But have you heard anything from the bank? Have you been able to speak to anybody while I'm looking it up, supposedly? Keep the conversation going, because he or she, in this case, who asks the questions is in control of the conversation. So we want to be in control of the conversation and listen to what they're saying, because sometimes they're going to dump off a bunch of problems. Sometimes they're going to dump off, issues, situations. Sometimes there's husband and wife issues. Sometimes there's deceased people. As you see, your first one you look at, it's a dead person on the loan, and it happens all the time. And you know what? This house will go to the bank, by the way. It happens all the time. Actually, more than I want to admit. But I've been able to save a few of them by going and solving some problems with that through either probate or doing an affidavit of heirship. So to answer your question, Allie, no, we're talking about free 99 information you can take action on right now. You ain't got to wait for nobody. You ain't got to think about it no more. I wonder what to do. Auction.com, get the person on the auction list, find them, go knock on the door or call them up and see what they're talking about. See if they're talking good or no good. What's going on, Big Chris? How you doing?
Good, I'm good. I got to schedule my call with you soon. So
For sure. How's the good life treating you?
I'm just here, trying to make this my new next move, because I'm basically unemployed. So this is the best time to do this. This should be my new hustle.
I thought you was getting in on some of those stock options.
Yeah, but I got to do something else, right? I can't just have one thing going.
Okay, multiple flows of income. Nothing wrong with that, because I got in on some of those last week, so some of those Apple calls and others, but that's a whole nother topic.
That's a different topic. Yep.
Yeah, talk about it, because it's all future cash flow. We're trying to get our money up. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Cool.
When you do the furnished rentals, how much inventory are you putting in the house? I know you're gonna put living room set, bedroom. Are you decking out the kitchen, or is it just basic?
I guess you can consider it minimal. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm going crazy with the house, because it's a chance they might mess this stuff up. So for this house in particular, that's furnished, that I'm supposed to be getting back here in a few days. She keep extending on me. First, she was getting out 2 weeks ago. Then she was supposed to get out on the 3rd, which is tomorrow. Then she's like, hey, I need to stay an extra week. So you know what I told her? Send me $1,000, you can get another week because she paid $4,000 a month. So that's what we're gonna do with that. So this is what I'm doing with it. As you can see, it's got a TV, a desk. This is a futon bed. It's a couch with a futon bed. So that lays down as a twin bed. A sectional, a TV, some artwork, a rug. What else am I doing here? Nothing special, right? A bed, a nightstand, a dresser, and another TV. I mean, it's a nice dresser there because it got that glow mirror. I mean, nothing special about none of that stuff, right?
Oh.
And this is the master bedroom. You got a chest of drawers, kitchen, little kitchen set, some shelving for storage, open kitchen here. That's the only thing we did to this house when we got it. We put a new kitchen in here.
Oh, okay.
That kitchen was hideous. Well, it was old. I don't want to say it. Damn, why my picture turned sideways? I thought I had some more pictures of the master bedroom. Yeah, this is the master bedroom. Nothing special. Put a little storage cabinet, a little chest of drawers, a bed, a TV, a chair, some artwork. Nothing special. So yeah, that's about what I'm doing right there. Maybe some towels. Get you some towels, face towels, and body towels to dry off. What do you think all that costs to put in there?
Looks like a lot. Depends on where you get it from. Could be like $5,000.
Oh no, I would never put that much into a house on furniture. This was like $2,200, something like that. I think I got this futon for $45. I got that desk for about $20. That TV, they don't cost that much now. The TV might be the most expensive thing. 3 TVs, $300.
Okay.
So and this other stuff is just miscellaneous stuff. It's nothing really that I'm gonna pay top dollar for. I think I'm at $100 for the bed. 3 beds, $300. So what's that? 6 dressers. So yeah, not a lot. I would say about $20.
Yeah.
In furniture.
Boo-boo, I'm on the phone. So when you when she finally moves out, what do you normally do with the furniture? You just put it in storage and put it in the next potential?
Oh no, that's staying right there as a furnished rental, unless somebody want to take it as a rent to own.
Yeah, when you get that rent to own, someone else, you leave it in there or you just take it out?
Oh no, I don't leave anything. So my real go-to on this house, like I said, is getting $4,000 a month. I would rather keep it as a furnished rental.
Okay.
$4,000 a month.
Yeah.
The market rent's like $1,500.
Oh wow.
This is why I like furnished rentals. I would rather dump an extra $2,200 in furnishing it to get way bigger cash flow. First month paid for the furniture.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're looking at the math, it's not really like, the end of the world. So it doesn't cost that much to furnish a house. Especially if you know where to look. I mean, you can get this stuff off estatesales.com. There's people having estate sales all over America.
Oh boy.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday is usually 50% off or more. So they basically giving this stuff away. I'm talking about nice furniture like this. I ain't talking about junk. I'm talking about quality pieces where you're like, damn, I can upgrade my stuff. So I ain't talking about going to no furniture store giving nobody $900 for no bed. We getting beds for $100 or less, like $50, $100, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the biggest thing really with this stuff is the little stuff, like I said, the towels. Every mattress, we put those mattress covers over them because we don't want somebody to bring bed bugs or something. Little stuff like that. The little details is the only thing that really kind of make it a little more complex with stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I want to get this started because I'm trying to figure out the best route in my current situation. And, this is something that I've always been interested in doing. So it's the right timing for it. So.
Wow. Fannie Mae forecloses on downtown St. Louis apartment building. Wow.
Oh my God.
Why they do that?
How we let that slip through the cracks, Chris? We supposed to get that.
Fannie Mae.
A whole building.
Well, it might need $1 million worth of work. It probably need $1.5 million worth of work. Big as that building is, it might be.
We could have underwrote that deal, Chris. We could have underwrote that.
Possibly. Got to get to the owner. That's the beauty of real estate. You still got to get to the person who can sign those papers. Somebody got to sign for it. Some human. got to sign the paperwork to transfer their property over to us.
That whole thing went. It went on. It went all the way through to foreclosure.
Fannie Mae foreclosed on it, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So there was an FHA loan that they got programs to prevent foreclosure where you can put those arrears on the back of the loan and get a fresh start. So there's really no reason for that to ever go to foreclosure unless there's something major going on with that property we don't know about. But that is like a pretty big building. How many units is that, Justin?
I don't know.
400 units.
It probably ain't that many. It's probably about 60 doors or something like that. I'm not sure.
So yeah. A lot of time. But then again, we don't know the whole situation. Sometimes they have financing on those big buildings be kind of wacky. They have a 5-year balloon and stuff. Like, who gonna pay off that big building in 5 years? Not me. I like 30-year and 40-year mortgages. I want forever.
We should study why did a building like that go to foreclosure.
Boo-boo, hold it. Boo-boo, hold the phone.
It'd be good for the community and stuff to start to evaluate, to understand real estate and why things like that happen. Because to my understanding, downtown St. Louis has a lot of government subsidies for low-income housing and low-income individuals. So what they do is they make it a requirement in order to get those subsidies that you must remain over 60% occupancy at all times. So
what if that building needs a lot of repairs, like that they just couldn't afford to make?
Could be that as well.
Generally, though, to be honest with you, you know why that stuff really does happen, though, right? I'm gonna tell you the real answer why that property probably went to foreclosure.
What's the real answer, Chris?
When I get unfuzzed, I don't know why my thing doing that. Stop fuzzing. There we go. Ta-da. It's probably because piss poor management. You know, management is the number one problem with those type of buildings, right? Bad management.
That's because there don't be enough income to pay good managers.
You say what now?
There don't be enough income in the property to pay the good managers.
Maybe, yeah. But most managers aren't good. Most, just like most real estate agents aren't good. Just like most wholesalers aren't good. You can't be bad like the bad people. We got to be good like the good people. The good win and the bad lose. We don't want to be like the bad. We want to get our skills set up so we can actually understand how to navigate all these different problems because they're going to come across while we're dealing in this. Either way, we're going to find people that are deceased on deeds. Happens all the time. We're going to find people in pre-foreclosure. Happens all the time. We're going to find people that has got, non-paying tenants. Disgruntled landlords, people that don't pay. Oh man, they ain't been paying, and they done fought with the landlord, like physically fought, like threw dukes with them. Like, damn, you can't fight your landlord. It happens. All of this stuff is people because people are complex, but real estate is easy. So we should never really feel like, it's not a way. As long as we got a person that want to work with us, we can usually solve most problems, most of them. Now they talking crazy, like, hey, I need 20 million. You can lose my number. Especially when that building ain't worth but 4 million maybe or something. I don't know. No clue. So, but these foreclosures are happening. As a matter of fact, I thought I saw something that said foreclosures are on a rise or something, right? Let me look and see. Are foreclosures on the rise in 2026?
I think foreclosures is up 40%.
21% in the first half. That's what they're saying here on the Google machine. Let me pull that up. How do I get back to the screen? Share this screen instead. Bump up. There we go. U.S. foreclosure filings spiked 21% in the first half of 2026 compared to last year. So what does that tell you?
We're in the biggest economic transfer of wealth ever in history.
So it's up to us to take the time and go tackle these deals. Reach out to these people. Whack the ones who talking crazy and work with the ones who want to work with you. It's just that simple. If they want to work with you, spend time and energy and love on them. But if they all talking stupid and all that, whack them. It's just that simple.
I'm going to be up 30 doors this year. Let's rock and roll. Let's get it.
So 227,000 plus properties received foreclosure filings from January through June. Foreclosure starts. Lenders initiated proceedings on 164,000 properties, up 18% from 2025. REOs, completed repossessions. REO stands for what, Sherelle? It's a pop quiz.
Real estate owner.
Number one answer, real estate owned. I knew you weren't going to let me down. Real estate owned, meaning the bank has taken that property, taken possession of it from that person due to them not paying or whatever they had going on. So 27,000 plus properties, almost 28,000 properties. That's an increase of 33% year over year. Yikes. Shorter timelines and average foreclosure proceeding dropped to 563 days in quarter two, the quickest timeline since 2013. And experts note this reflects normalization back to pre-pandemic patterns rather than 2008 style crisis. So, it was like this before the pandemic, because, a lot of people still are behind from the pandemic of 2020. They still haven't really got their situation together. There's still people that are, 6 years behind. That's crazy.
They better call on Tyrone.
So it looks like Florida leads the way. Texas leads the way. Wow, that's crazy. So, yeah. So what's our excuse for not reaching out to these people?
They calling me before they go to foreclosure.
That's right. Now, I plan on doing the tri-state because I'm in New York, so I don't want to.
What zip code is that?
10552.
10552. Boom. And then Sherelle told me when I come on here to make sure that filter's on. Oh, you only got one. Is that filter on? Well, that's the only one that showed up anyway. You only got one in that zip code. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, yeah, it's only one. Well, I guess this is within 50 miles. Yeah. Trim this down to within 10 miles. It's only one. I got to go back up to 25 miles. New York in the barrows. Dang, I got to go back up to 50 miles. Y'all don't got that many right there. Oh, wow. I thought I saw more, but nevertheless, here's one. Why is this only 13,000? What's that about? This must be an apartment.
No. Yeah, it must be like a co-op.
Yeah, it got to be a co-op. That's cheap. So they foreclose on people in co-ops?
Yeah, because they're like a tenant.
What about these down here? Are these any good?
No. I can't see because I can't zoom in. Oh, wait, I can zoom in. Hold on.
Give me a second. I'm going to zoom it in. I'm going to zoom you in. Oh, wow. I didn't mean to zoom in that close. Scoot back. It's a lot of apartment units. Here's a house. You want a house?
Yeah, I don't want to do a unit. Definitely a house.
About this house that's got an auction starting in 24 days. And looking at the picture, what does this tell us? Just looking at the picture right off the rip.
Whoa. Like they got some assets.
Well, somebody took out the trash. I mean, they cleaning up. And then there's like a shelf or something. So somebody already done abandoned this property, it looked like. This probably is a vacant property already.
That's Jersey, right? That's in New Jersey?
This is in New Jersey. Is it New Jersey? Jersey Shore? But how do we
New Jersey. Yep. It's right there in Jersey.
Yeah, right there. Vauxhall, New Jersey.
Vauxhall, New Jersey.
How do you know if it's vacant, though? It usually tell right here, say occupied. So that just means when they went and looked at it, it looked like somebody was there. But it looked like somebody took all the trash out. So they already probably moved out of this property.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when you see evidence, yeah, because look, they already took totes out and all that. Somebody left this junk behind.
Does it say how much it's going for?
Is this close for you?
In Jersey? Yeah, if I take the bridge, yeah, it should say if I've never been to Vauxhall, if you do distance between Vauxhall and Scarsdale.
When you going to New Jersey next?
I don't have a plan on going to Jersey, but I can make it over there.
Chris,
Jersey or Connecticut?
This week, man.
Yep.
What'd you say, Justin?
I say, Chris, you got to go out and door knock this week, man. Let's quit playing with it. Let's go straight after it. I need you 50 doors this week. Let's get it.
All right, between Jersey and Connecticut.
So basically,
Oh.
pull up this list, make you a little group of houses that are pretty close to each other, and just run them.
Mhm.
Even
Okay.
if you do 10 doors, there's no reason not to be able to go knock 10 doors in about 3 hours, if that long. Might not even take that
Chris,
long.
I don't care if you got to walk.
I'm not walking. I'm not walking across state lines.
No
Don't
excuse.
do that. Don't do that. They're gonna charge you to come back. I know they charge for everything up in the Northeast. So you got 24 days before this auction starts. So this auction starts in
Wait, how many days? 34?
24 days.
Oh, 24. Okay.
This house goes to auction on August 26th.
Oh, wow.
So there's really no excuse not to go knock on that door, or at least try to call them or see what's going on. Now, I wonder why I say 0 bids and 0 baths. Maybe they just don't know what it is.
Probably. I'm
Yeah.
sure if you go on, what is that, realtor.com, you could probably find out what the stat is
I wonder why it says property type condominium.
in that, for that house. That's
Yeah.
weird. That's it looks like a house, right?
It looked like a house. So let's go to Zillow. So if I go to Zillow, look what it say. It shows the same thing. You can find these on Zillow. Oh, and it's been on for 69 days. So it must be. So in New Jersey, I must got like 100 days before you got to go to auction, something like this. Because it's been on Zillow for 69 days.
Yeah, but it's a legit house, right?
Yeah, it's a house.
Yeah. How many rooms? Let's just say how many rooms.
It does say condo right here. Or maybe it is a condo.
Maybe it's part of it. It's in a complex.
Yeah, it's probably a condo. Well, I can't tell. The way they took the pictures, let me see about these other houses on the street. Can't tell.
It's probably the back. It's probably the back of the condo building. Almost. It's probably the house that's on the last part of it, like an end cap.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Let me go to a map. So as soon as I put that address in, it comes up as Zillow #1, auction.com #2, Redfin. It is a condo. Oh, there it is. Now I can see it on here. Get on a street view. Yeah, it's all condos down the street. So this is our house right here. So it's this left side of this condo. This is one side, that's the other side. So you can drive the neighborhood. They don't have a sidewalk over there. You can't walk to this house. Look like a pretty good neighborhood, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty decent. It's Jersey, so I wouldn't expect any less, right? It's not that bad.
All look alike. They got these little condos with them 2 garages. So just to get an idea of the neighborhood. So yeah, I would be getting a list together with 5 to 10 houses in Jersey and go knock them down. There's really no reason not to.
Okay.
Which day of the week are you going?
I got my son, so Tuesday when I don't got him.
Tuesday. I'm writing it down here. You gonna remember, right, Justin? Tuesday.
I ain't gonna forget.
Justin,
Chris,
won't
let's
let
get
nobody
it. 50 houses, man. Quit playing. You ain't got nothing but time. Take the kids with you.
Well, I won't have him after tomorrow, so I'll do Tuesday.
Take them with you, Chris. No excuses. Have them do a knock with you.
Hey, that'll be great. They'll probably open up.
And it's a one-way street. So the way we just came down that street was a one-way. You see it say "Do not enter." Got a little writing on the wall right there.
Chris, you're in the market by yourself right now. It's wide open. You can have 30 of these things before the end of the year. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's what's up. What's the rules in Jersey? They have for foreclosure.
What do you mean rules?
You don't need to know the rules. Just get it under contract.
Okay.
We'll figure out the rules later.
Basically, because that's gonna make you want to overthink it. Don't overthink it. Reach out to them, see what they're talking about. They talking like, hey, we don't want this auction or this foreclosure on our record. We can help you prevent that, and we're gonna help them out and help them do that. Everything else is overthinking it. Because they might say, go to hell, leave me alone. I ain't never selling. If they say that, then everything else won't matter. You see what I'm saying?
The law ain't never stopped me from doing a deal.
Yeah, I got some town of
We got Pyrex Visions over here.
Who would I call? Who do I call when I get stuck?
You in Union Township. And you got a school down here that's getting renovated. You even got a place to dump all the trash you find in your house right here. You got a place to dump your trash. So that's what we got right there. New Jersey is deals out here for those who go get it.
Jersey.
Jersey Shore. All right.
Who do I call when I get stuck?
You say what now?
I said, who do I call when I get stuck?
Call me up.
All right.
You call the team. We here for you.
There's no reason. I mean, you see Sherelle when it knocked on the door, she's like, forget, I'm going to go knock on it. It's 6 minutes away from me.
Chris ain't never missed a call
back out,
me.
Sherelle?
Immediately. So I'll be out while I'm doing overtime. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday.
So everybody's saying Tuesday. Door knock Tuesday. Is that what it is, Justin?
Yeah, that's what
I'm going to be out there tomorrow eating a lunch.
I'm being out there tonight. I'll be right back.
Right?
I'm eating a lunch in St. Louis. They giving houses away.
Yeah.
I'm doing a double tomorrow, so I mean I'll get out there Tuesday. After I'll do some research tomorrow.
There you go. Build your little list up. Get you at least 10 houses in the same area or zip code and go knock them. Just go on the path and knock them. Now, while you're out door knocking, you can do what they call drive for dollars as well. If you see any other properties that look distressed, look like, hey, this looks vacant, something don't look right about this property, take it down, jot it down, and research it when you come back. Or do it right there on the phone if you want to, depending, it can stretch your day out longer, but there's opportunity out here. There's people that need your help. They just got to know you exist. They don't know you exist. If they don't know you, they can't flow you.
Ms. Lewis, why you ain't called that lead? We supposed to been called that lead.
Because I don't believe that it's a lead. So I mean, as I said, like anybody can have that. I don't think it's money. I don't think it's money there. I want to learn from it. Like, so if you get it, okay, cool. Then we can just let it be a learning experience.
You're assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more money out there. I think it's more money out there that I could better spend more money out there.
Whether that thing got $10,000 that's owed on it, and you sell that thing for $50,000.
I feel like it's a whole a whole crop harvest out there, and I could if I focus on like this one thing, then it's like all the rest of the money that's out there, I'm missing it. You
got a lead right now. You made contact. You spoke with people. You put energy into that lead. Them people might be going to foreclosure over $7,000 owed, and you put that thing back on the market for $35,000.
Yeah, that's true. But it seemed like the facts are adding up for itself. You the expert for sure. Take it. I got all the numbers. I got all
You haven't looked at any paperwork.
Huh? Right.
We don't know. We're all going. That's what he's trying to tell you, Sherelle. We're going off hearsay. Trust but verify. We don't know anything they said could be true. It could be all wrong. Because we've had people say, "Oh, I owe $150,000." We go find out they only owe $50,000. They don't know. They don't know. Okay. We can't assume. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if it said online when I looked it up. Did I look that house up? I don't even know if I looked up to see what they owe. According to
it was saying like they owe like 30,000.
Let me see.
But so what I'll do it. I do it as a challenge. So and then
it ain't a challenge. It's money in your pocket.
You already got a fish on the hook. Why not?
Right. That's true.
Let's say even if you was only able to make $5,000 off of it within the next 15 days,
that'd be still
$5,000.
Right. I'm still up. You're right. So yeah.
That W about to work. That W about to work tomorrow, or they gonna pay you $5,000 to be there tomorrow.
No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
So yeah.
They got equity.
I'm gonna follow up tomorrow.
They got equity. How much they tell you they owe?
The boyfriend said that he might have took out. He was bragging about taking out a second mortgage for like 70,000.
We listen to him, we would be probably incorrect.
Yeah.
They say they only owe 40,000 on here.
Yeah.
So it's really, like I say, trust but verify. We can't really just assume because they don't even know. Some sellers don't even know their stuff sometimes, or they assume.
I'm gonna contact it tomorrow. Because that is. I have all the numbers. I have all the everyday. Everybody's all forthcoming. And everything like that. So yeah, definitely.
So
if I can make some, if it be something in this deal that I can make out of it, then I'm gonna try to do it. Thank you, Justin.
So the big thing with this is one, making sure they have a place to go, and two, getting a point of contact that's willing to go through all the hoops that they're going to have to jump through, because this property will not have to go through probate, but it probably will have to have an affidavit of heirship since she passed away over a year ago. Yeah. So this actually could be a deal, to be honest, and we're assuming that it's not, and we really don't know if it is.
That's true.
And it's never good to assume anything. I assume they're going to do what I tell them to do and sign these papers, and we work to play and make a deal. Right. Might be your first deal on the first door knock. You never know.
Okay. And then that'd be a learning experience. I'd be like,
So how do we know if it's a deal, though? How do we know?
We got to talk to the owner. Like the error or whatever, we have to talk to.
Sorta, kinda, but how do we know it's a deal? How do we really know it's a deal?
I don't know.
When the marketplace says it is. The marketplace is always right. Forget what you think. Forget what I think. Forget what Justin thinks. Say we get it for what they owe, right? What, 40,000, and somebody willing to come pay 70,000 for it as is. That's a $30,000 spread on a house we're gonna walk away from. The marketplace is always right. Because let me see something here. This house here, if I pull it over on, because those houses go for like what, 120 over there, don't they? ARV a little more than that. I don't think they go more than 70, right?
I thought the ARV was like 65, like the 65 to 75, something like that.
I wouldn't even get into all that with her, Chris. You got to just get it under contract and work it from there. Anything else is assuming.
Yeah. Because even if it is not the numbers we want it to be, we can always buy it creatively. Ooh, that made it rhyme. We can always put it under contract and take over their payments, because the payment probably something real low. Like I said, I don't think the payment gonna be a lot. $520 a month is what it say on here. $520. I mean, they'll pay $1,500 to stay there. Somebody would take it over or buy it creatively and put money down to catch up the arrears if need be. See, there's all kind of strategies. This is the reason why we do this weekly, because you gotta understand, we have strategies for any situation, as long as the seller is participating. If they're willing to participate, willing and able, we can do quite a bit of different magical things. Magic. Justin called it imagination. Plenty of things we can do with these people. So don't ever just
break you at that early. Don't count the poor folk out. The poor people got equity too.
That's true.
Never disqualify yourself. Let the seller disqualify themselves. You don't disqualify them from just, hearsay, especially. Now, if they gave you a mortgage statement, you look like, damn, man, y'all owe $100,000. This house only worth 70. But we still got a strategy. Like I said, we can apply for a short sale and get the bank to take less than what's owed on it. So we still have strategies for whatever they want, but we need the seller to participate. That's everything. Without them participating, we have no strategies. But with them participating, we got all the strategies. Make sense?
Yeah. I like the creativity, like the problem solving. Yeah, I like it.
Because most real estate agents running away from this. Wholesalers running away from this, like you're trying to do now. They're all running away. But this is why we get creative and innovative and solve problems for people and get paid for doing it. Or get a free house. You might get a house for free. Who knows?
Every deal that I've ever bought, nobody would probably have bought, and except for Chris and the creative stuff that we do here. So I'm happy to say I finally reached the income level of what my last job was.
Dang.
In rental income. Passive.
Cha-ching. Easy money, ain't it?
Yeah, congratulations on that. That's big. That's a big milestone.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I'm looking at it differently now. Definitely gonna get on it tomorrow.
This,
Thank you.
And all
So-
and all the properties upside down. Zero equity.
I'm trying to show you this house that everybody did the exact same thing you're doing right now. They don't have any exterior pictures, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. This house here, everybody's doing the exact same thing that you're saying right now. Everybody was doing that when I bought it. This little ugly house right here. So the ugly kitchen. Well, I don't want to call it just ugly, but it is an ugly little house. Whatever, right? Little bitty bathroom. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,500 square foot. Funny upstairs bedroom. You see, I got the little slants. That's how both bedrooms was. So you can't even be a certain height to go into these bedrooms. I was trying to find an exterior picture of it, but I don't see any. They got a lot of interior. But lo and behold, this particular house, 4450 South Compton. That's the exterior. That's the back of it. This is looking at the garage. They don't even have a front picture of the house. I'm gonna have to go on a Zillow map or something to get, or not Zillow. What do you call it? MapQuest, or one of these maps. How do you do it? Street View. Maybe I got to go to Street View so you can see how. Why they got me on Michigan? I said Compton. They gonna put me on a whole nother block. Here. Is that thing that messed up? I'm trying to show you. Oh, that's because it's showing the back of the house. So this is the back of the house. I can't even show you the front. Let me see if I can get to the front. Just so I can show you how ugly this house sits back. It's an ugly house in every which way.
Hey, graffiti on the back. Is that it? The one with graffiti on the back?
I'm trying to get to the front of the house. Okay, now we on Compton. Damn. Past the street. Here. Nope, one more house. Nope, one more. Nope, one more. Damn, I can't even get to the house. Where the house at? Did I pass it? It's so ugly, I done passed it up. Wait a minute. I think I passed it. Sorry. Is this it? You can't even see the house. It ain't even showing. What the hell? Oh, it's right there. I see now. There it is. So this house right here. It used to be a fence right here. So the story behind this house, I used to have these little magnets on the side of my vehicle driving down the street. Somebody called it. Hey, I want to sell my house. The lady says she's moving in with her husband and don't need this house anymore. Payments was like $500 a month, something like that. Cheap, little cheap house. She don't want it. But like I said, they used to have a fence up here. Something happened with the fence. And it's a lot went with this house. So she owed about $45,000, something like that. All the wholesalers like, oh, we can give you 20, we can give you 10, we can give you 5, we don't want it. Right? Wholesalers. I'm like, hey, would you sell it for what you owe on it? And I just take over the payment? She said, sure. So I took over the payments. I bought that house for, and it didn't look like this at the time. It looked more like the other pictures you just saw a second ago. I bought this ugly house for about $1,200 out of pocket. How many houses could you buy for $1,200 out of pocket, Sherelle? How many could you buy?
Right, none.
But it didn't look like this. It looked like it did on the pictures I just showed you a second ago. All the wholesalers didn't want to mess with it. All the cash buyers, whatever. Nobody wanted to mess with this house, right? And it had a fence. Like I said, it used to be a big wood fence right here, but it's gone now. So you had to open a gate to even get back there. You didn't even know it was a house back there. You see a fenced-in area. So the seller agreed to sell it for what she owed. I paid about $1,200 out of pocket to take this house down, subject to the existing financing. I found a tenant buyer, a rent-to-own tenant buyer, who said they wanted to move into this house. He gave me $5,000 down. He agreed to pay $5,000 down and $1,200 a month, something like that. So I got a little cash flow and I got money down. Remember, I only paid $1,200 to get it, but they gave me some down payment, $5,000. So I got no money in the deal. So I'm effectively in this property, not just buying a house. I was paid to take this house. I want to be clear about this. I was paid to take this house that all the wholesalers and everybody ran away from, right? So that's my tenant buyer. That tenant buyer was in there for 6 months. He said, hey, I got a job in Denver, Colorado. I got to move. I know I'm going to forfeit my $5,000 I put down, but I got to take this job, man. I got to go. So I said, no problem. He left. He left me some furniture and stuff too. I sold all that for about $1,000. That's another story. He left me some nice stuff too, but I ended up, that's separate to the real estate part of it. I made an extra $1,000 off of it too. So that's just that little snippet in there. But remember, I only had $1,200 in this property. He gave me that $5,000 down plus about $1,200 a month for 6 months. He moved out. I found another tenant buyer. Guess what that tenant buyer did? He gave me $10,000 down on the same house I never had no money in, never fixed up, never even cleaned it out at all. $10,000. He gave me $10,000, and I believe he was paying about maybe $1,500 a month, something like that. I don't remember exactly what he was paying, but it was
What
cash.
were you selling the house for? Like, so when you got into, what were they wanted to buy the house for when they did $10,000?
He wanted to live in South St. Louis. What you mean, the price?
Yeah.
I think I only had it up for like $69,900 or something like that. I made up a number. How do I get to that number? Made it up. $69,900. Little cheap house. And oh yeah, it's a 2-bedroom. I want to be in South St. Louis. Woo, woo, woo. He was so happy. As a matter of fact, the guy gave me a testimonial. Just to add a little emphasis on this. He gave me a testimonial. Can you believe that? Let me see if I can pull it up. I know you like testimonials. People are like, oh man, Chris is the man. If he can't do it, no one can. Testimonials. Here he is right here. Let me pull it up 1 second. Share this tab instead. I just finished with Dan here. How do you think everything went?
Everything went perfect. I'm very happy, me and my wife.
So you got your nice house here. Y'all going to be in and be happy, huh?
Yes, most definitely.
All right.
Be very happy. The best location I could be in, South City, St. Louis.
I know, that's right. Would you recommend this to other people that may want to serve?
Yes, it was very easy, very simple. All you got to do is have the money, and they got the time.
All right, thanks. And this Chris for St. Louis Cash Bars, STLCB.com is the website. So that guy even gave me a testimony. And that's the second tenant buyer. Remember, the first guy gave me $5,000 and went to Denver. This the second dude that came along, gave me $10,000 now, right? You still follow me? Same little ugly house, right? He stayed there for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And guess what he did? He burned it up. That's why I look all beat up like that. House fire. House fire. Oh no. Burnt that bad boy to a crisp. Fires, flames, it was all on the news, everything. House fire. So remember, the house at this time, probably the balance was like about $40,000 to pay it off. I got an insurance check from the insurance company for $75,000. So that $75,000 paid off the underlying debt of $40,000, give or take. So that's a $25,000 spread right there, right? Free money. So remember, the first guy gave me $5,000 down, stayed for 6 months. The second guy gave me $10,000 down, stayed for about a year and a half. And I got that money. And all this time, somebody lived in it. And then he burns it up in a house fire, and I end up getting a whole check to pay it off. So they send me a check for $75,000. I pay off the $40,000 underlying debt. I get to keep the $25,000 difference. And you ready for some more, Sherelle? There's more. But wait, there's more. Then the bank sent me another check for loss of rents. I think it was about $15,000. Loss of rents. Put that on all your properties, by the way. If you got properties and you're going to be doing this thing called tenant bars, furnished rentals, or whatever, put loss of rents on your policies every time, because if this happens, you get another check. Loss of rents. They basically counted 1 year of rent. They sent me a check for it. So I got a $75,000.
How much was the insurance on that? About
phenomenal. And I'm not paying for it anyway. Remember, it's part of our principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So my payment was like $500 and some a month. So they're paying for it. It don't even matter. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm just coordinating everything.
Oh, okay.
So remember, I'm not paying for nothing. I'm just a quarterback. I'm the coach and a quarterback. At this point, I'm throwing passes. No interceptions. So they send me a check, $75,000, another check for $15,000, and then I sold the property for like another $10,000. All that little house and the cash flowed all that time while I waited. So this little ugly house that all the wholesalers ran away from, all the investors ran away from, everybody didn't want to do it because it sat back. As you can tell, this is an ugly way to even sit back off the street like that. I don't even know why they got this house back off the street. It's unusual. Like I said, it's real weird how they even did this. I ended up selling the house for about $10,000. So that same little raggedy house generated over $100,000 in about a 3-year time frame. What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. Like, yeah. So I'm just gonna look creatively at every house, every deal now.
This is why we tell you don't just disqualify people right off the rip, because we don't know. We don't understand. You know, we got to work that play. This particular play just was a cash cow. Even though the house was ugly, it was to me, it's in a bad area. That's in Dutchtown, but whatever. So, you know, it was a house that was basically given to me for $1,200, and it just made so much money on a little cheap house.
Yeah, that was a slam dunk.
The gift that keeps on giving. What you think about this, Chris?
Yeah, that was a slam dunk. Definitely.
And that's just one house. 2 tenant buyers, a house fire, a loss of rent check, cash flowed while I wait. I never fixed it. Come on now. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate, then wait. This is how serious this game can go. And that's why I just have to give this as an example. I got other ones too similar to this, but this is just wild to me that this little ugly house threw off $100,000 when everybody else ran away from it.
Don't worry, Miss Lewis. I'll go take over that little Normandy house for you. Don't worry about it. I got it.
And that Normandy house is in a better area than this. Look at this. It's boarded up next to it. What is it? Boarded up, vacant lot, boarded up, boarded up. This is trash to me. It wasn't that rough when I first got it because it's back in 2019 or 2020 when I first got it. And so that little house was just a money maker, you know? And that's why I say you got to put yourself in position. You know, wholesaling is cute and good. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't like to get rid of deals. I want to find a way to stay in deals. That's how you get your job replaced. Find a way to stay in the deal and have something cash flowing every month. Remember, like I said, this cash flowed every month while all this was going on, all the way up until the house fire. So, you know, and I think he started that fire on his own, but that's a whole nother. Any questions, comments, concerns about any of that? Questions on the lessons? I know Chris got a question. You keep it.
Do I have a question?
You always
No. I just got to go through the documentation you sent. So.
Okay. Cool beans. All right. So, final segment of the day. It's going to be an uplifting one. You ready to be uplifted, Sherelle? Uplift you.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. It's y'all favorite man here. Let's see what he's talking about.
You always hear people say you're never too old to go to get after something. Well, my next guests are proving that you're also never too young to jump. Take a look.
We are Junior Flex. Yeah!
These little entrepreneurs are on a mission.
We renovate rusty old homes and we make them more desirable for first-time homebuyers.
Flipping houses is a lot of work.
It's pretty simple. We flip houses and make a profit.
Since starting their company less than a year ago, they have flipped 2 homes, making a profit of over $250,000.
We're not like other kids because we're not watching TV or playing video games. We are busy doing our business in Junior Flex.
Their inspiration comes from a random lunch encounter with Oprah Winfrey.
When we were on vacation in Los Angeles, we saw Oprah Winfrey.
But instead of asking for an autograph, they asked for advice.
She told us to give back, work hard, and never give up. If Oprah tells us something, I would do it because she's global.
A few weeks later, their business was born.
To start the business, we got a small loan, but we paid it back in less than 6 months.
We identified properties. We hire contractors.
Can I have the wood blinds over there?
Shoot.
Okay, thank you.
We handpick the material. We budget.
We have to paint. We have to landscape. We have to plant flowers and clean gutters.
We do all the interior design. We strategize as a team. And eventually we sell the house and we make a profit. We have flipped 2 homes already. And now in May, we're moving on to our 3rd home.
And look out because these kids are just getting started.
It's a lot of work doing business after school and on the weekends.
It makes me feel like I did something really good to help this community.
And it's nice to make a profit too. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
So wait a minute. I don't know if y'all caught that. They said they got a small loan. If some kids can go get a small loan, a hard money loan probably, to flip a property, what does that tell you?
Anything is possible.
Come on. We ain't got no excuse. You know, let these little rugrats come in here and whoop on us. Come on now, y'all. Get pumped up. Let me see what they got to say in this final part here.
Well, everybody, please welcome the Junior Flips team. All right, everybody. Now listen, I want you to tell me your name, your age, and what you do at Junior Flips.
My name is Aliana, and I am 8 years old, and I am the CEO, aka boss. My name is Dominic, and I am 9 years old, and I am the co-CEO of Junior Flips.
My name is Sean. I'm 10 years old, and I'm the vice president of accounting at Junior Flips.
My name is Amari. I'm 12 years old, and I'm the heavy lifter construction worker at Junior Flips. My name's Amir, and I'm the architect. I'm 12 years old.
Yeah. Clap for yourself, boy. Clap for yourself.
My name's Skylar. I'm 14, and I'm the brains of the operation.
Now, let me ask you something, guys. Did you all know anything about construction when you started?
Yes, I did. I watched a lot of HGTV. I watched a lot of Property Brothers and Chip and Joanna.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Aliana, are you writing a book? I understand. What's it about?
Yes, I am writing a book, and my book is about 25 ways to have your own business under $500.
Under $500. What are you ultimately trying to build with the company here, guys?
We're trying to inspire other kids to go out and try dreams that they were before scared to do.
Really? So this money that you've raised, what are you going to do with all this money? Because you guys are making good money.
I'm going to save most of it, spend a lot for college, and then, maybe have some to spend on myself to have fun.
So you're going to save your money for college? Okay, that's pretty good. What about you, man?
I'm going to put some of my life savings, some for college, some to get my swag up. I'm so serious. Hey, but Steve. We have something for you.
You got something for me?
Yeah.
We have a check. $3,000.
You giving to the Me and My Wife's Foundation, you going to give us $3,000?
Yeah.
Talking about, what you talking about, boy? Up in here, man. Play with me, partner.
That's all for you.
Hey, let me tell you something. Very rarely do we get really a donation this size. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of our donations are much smaller. This is incredible coming from Junior Flip Squad.
$3,000 from some kids flipping houses. Come on.
They throwing money. They throwing money at Steve.
They gotta get that money. Come on, Justin. What's our excuse?
I'm surprised that they said they want to go to college still. I think that's
Well, that's what their parents told them. So
that's that brainwashing. They already successful, don't even know it.
Yeah, well, once they making so much money, they're gonna rethink that. Plus, they're gonna be paying their parents' bills in a minute. They're gonna be like, oh, you know what? We're gonna listen to y'all because y'all know what y'all talking about.
Exactly.
So what do you think about that, Sherelle? You think that's good that they was able to flip some houses as kids, make some money, and donate to Steve Harvey?
I don't got no excuses.
Kids figuring this stuff out. How hard can it be?
Okay.
It can't be that hard. I mean, it do take a little elbow grease if needed, but it ain't gonna be the end of the world. Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I'd be interested in looking at the child labor laws and stuff like that on those type of
Well, child labor, they're not working a job, they're working a business. There's no child labor laws on working a business.
Yeah, that's interesting or whatever, but it's good TV, of course. I'd be interested in how they underwriting deals and stuff. They probably buying deals just like everybody else, with the 70%, maximum, value and all of that stuff. So that's cool that they in it. There is a lot of money to make in real estate and flips and stuff like that. It does take a while. It is a different part of the business that I'm not really, interested in or keen to or whatever. But flips can be very, very profitable and stuff. And I'm glad that they able to make, so much money that they can literally, cut check donations and stuff. That's amazing.
For sure.
It's a write-off too, so
exactly. They ain't just donate that out the kindness of their heart. They donate it because they seen that tax bill from flipping properties. It flips and wholesale, they get you. You be like, golly, that tax man want his 37% or whatever they charge you. So keep your paperwork tight as we make them fight. So yeah, that's pretty good. The Steve Harvey's got his $3,000 donation from the Junior Flip Squad. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Little kid flipping hard. These kids ain't playing, man. What's our excuses in 2026? It is time to step up to the plate and make it happen because it's it's wide open for those who see it. It's opportunities out here for those who see it. If you want to step your game up, just do it. We can want to do it, but if we don't actually say, I'm going to first decide to do it and then actually do it, not just think about doing it, not want to be doing it, do it, take the action, take a couple of hours and just, see what you can come up with. You really never know. The next opportunity could be the next conversation you have with a distressed homeowner, with a distressed property, with a distressed situation. We have the solutions. With the team here, even if you don't know all the stuff right now, just open up the can of worms and see what happens. Start the conversation. But multiple. I don't want you just to have one or two. Get about 10 of them where they all in the pipeline. Hey, they said follow up in 3 days and they're going to talk to the bank. All right, that's fine. We follow up in 3 days or whatever. But at least we got somebody saying they want to do some type of business with us. Because if you don't have leads, you don't have a business. If you don't have sales and closing, you don't have a business. In this particular business, we need leads, contracts, and dispositions every time, no matter what. Lead generation of some type, contracting them, some type, whether that's wholesaling or creative, and dispositions, how we going to make money on it, whether we sell the whole deal or find a way to stay in the deal and still make some money. So those three elements never go away. They're going to be here, whether you see it or you don't. I'm going to open up the floor for any comments, questions, concerns before we land this plane, because there's a plate of fish and macaroni in there calling my name. You like that one, Chris?
Oh boy, that was funny.
Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? So Tuesday is the day, right?
Yep, Tuesday. Doing my research on Monday.
I'm gonna check on you. Gonna say, oh no, I'm trying Thursday. Something came up. The sky was falling. Is that what you gonna say, Sherelle? You'll be like, something had happened. I didn't get to go on Tuesday, so something had happened. All right, we need some fish on the hook. Somebody gonna say yes and sign some paperwork with you and get a deal going. Especially before this wholesale thing take action here in St. Louis for you, Sherelle. If you're gonna, you might be better off out there where you at, Chris. But here in St. Louis, after the 28th, we got to give a disclosure and go through all that. But right now, you might want to get as many wholesale deals or deals as you can get in before that happens.
Wait, there's a new law or something like that?
There's a new law in Missouri. Yes, 14-day notice before you can even put them under contract, starting August the 28th. Disclose, disclose, disclose.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep, part of the
That's
game.
time. That's time to think. You don't need them thinking.
Good thing I don't wholesale most of my deals. I buy most of them. So, ta-da, we figure it out. And this is why you have a network. Even if you find a deal, Sherelle, and say, you're like, hey, I still want to wholesale it. Maybe I would buy it, or maybe Justin would buy it, and you don't have to go through that rule. We'll just put it under contract, buy it, and pay on the back end like that. So it's always ways to solve these problems. All right. So last but not least, before we get up out of here, Chris, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
You already know the question. What have you learned today, if anything?
Oh, yeah. These kids are making money out there, and I'm a grown adult.
You ain't got no excuse, right?
I got to step it up. There's no excuse.
Just like with that stock market, I'm looking at these people, 21, 22, 23-year-olds, multimillionaires trading options. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, hell no. On a computer from the comfort of their own home and their drawers. They ain't got to even talk to nobody. They doing stock options and trading and making money like that. Oh, hell no. I got to go learn that.
Yeah, the knowledge is out there.
I made a few pennies last week on Tesla and Apple, but I ain't made no millions off of it yet. But we finna have a case study on it. Don't worry. It's coming.
Listen to it. They didn't hear you.
Because there's money out here for those who see it. All right. What about you, Sherelle? What have you learned today?
To be creative, because like there and make sure that it's always it's like look and see, because there's always a way. So like that's what I learned tonight. Like even when like Justin was talking, when you were talking, like okay, well it's all like let's make something out of it. We could make something out of it look like nothing, especially with the ugly house. What? And then like what Justin was saying, like okay, no, we can just do this. I'll just be doing this, you know. That yeah, be creative. Like there's no limit, and just no limit, no losing.
As long as we got a willing participant of a seller, we can make it better. Now, if they're not participating, then all this we talking about is a waste of time. But if we got a seller that's going to do whatever we say, when we say jump, only thing they should be saying is how high. They shouldn't be like, oh, I got to sign that. What's this disclosure? I ain't reading. I got to send that to my attorney. We don't get those kind of objections. Has anybody ever told you that before, Justin? I got to send this to my attorney.
Of course, those be the people who playing.
And we'll get them off the phone.
They ain't got no money in the first place.
If they giving you objections, you need to leave them alone. Love the ones who love you. All right. What about you, Justin? What have you learned today?
I learned that I need to increase all my insurance policies.
For sure. For sure. Because this one here, that house that they sent that $75,000 check, you know, I should have had it up about 125 to 150, right? So I left money on the table on that deal. My mistake was not having enough insurance. Because I'm like, oh, 75,000, the loan only like 40,000, that'll pay it off. Forget paying it off, we trying to get paid. A few little dollars more to get it up a little higher wasn't gonna hurt nothing. What we talking, $20? Especially on a burnt up house. And that was the first or the second. I had 2 house fires that year in 2022. 2 house fires. The other one, they sent me a check for $150,000. When I looked in the mail, I said, damn, I'm glad that check made it. That's the biggest check I ever seen it hit my mailbox. That could have got lost in the mail. I opened that up and said, damn, that's a big check. How we get this to the bank quick? Hurry up and run to the bank. Skid marks to the bank. And don't be talking about no 7-day hold. It's good. The check's good. So, yeah, they released it the next day. So, that's what it all is. So, any other questions, comments, concerns before we go?
No, sir.
Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share if you care. And we got some more goodies coming up for you here in the next coming weeks. We'll see you next week, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here for the weekly accountability, because being accountable is important, whether you know it or not. Being accountable, being present, being ready for whatever lesson we learn, and taking action on the opportunities we come across. Hard as it is to find people, if you get a fish on a hook, try your best to reel them in. Whether we use whatever strategy we use, whether we're going to take it over subject to, whether we're going to make it a traditional cash deal, whether we're going to stop their auction, because, we always have strategies to stop auctions, which cost no money, by the way. Everything I'm talking about don't cost money. You already paid your admission by coming to class and learning and taking action. That's your admission. So all the things that you used to have in your mind about, oh, I got to have a bunch of money for real estate, delete that out your brain. Oh, I got to have my credit score up. I ain't never used my credit to buy a house. And I done bought about $3 million worth of real estate, and I ain't never used my credit to buy a house. So throw all that stuff out your mind that you've been told your whole life. It's simply not true. That is a strategy, but that's not the strategy we do. We live on the other side of the real estate world. So I will see y'all next week. Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me. Good night. So yes, I basically just wanted to remind everybody exactly how the Future Cash Flow Club works, because I've been getting a lot of messages like, what is that about? How does it work? It's basically a group. So you see how I do these live seller calls, things like that. You get to get all the replays for all of those. You actually can get the paperwork, purchase agreements, assignment agreements, cancellation agreements, addendums, all of that stuff that you need if you sign up for the elite package at futurecashflowclub.com. Or if easier, it's probably, you can just go check it out for a free trial. Lots of goodies in there, behind the scenes stuff, actual help with your deals. If you want to communicate, say, hey, I'm stuck on a deal, I need some help, I'm looking for lenders, I'm looking for whatever, I'm a resource for you. So all you have to do is be part of the club. futurecashflowclub.com. Check it out.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This